Have you ever heard of e-waste? Not many people have. Electronic waste consists mostly of outdated or unused electronic devices. This can mean microwaves, computers, cell phones, televisions, and other technology we use. Electronic waste has become a huge issue in our tech-driven society. People want the latest and greatest devices. But what do they do with the old ones? Sometimes they sit in the junk drawer for years, or they oftentimes get thrown away. Did you know that when not disposed of properly, e-waste has many adverse effects on human health and our natural environment? They can release harmful toxins such as lead, lithium, mercury, cadmium, beryllium, and even arsenic. This can lead to air, water, and ground pollution. It also can lead to serious health issues such as birth defects, brain damage, heart and kidney damage, and damage to the nervous and reproductive systems for people and other life nearby the waste, which often ends up in landfills. Americans are the largest contributor to the problem of e-waste, but we often don't see the e-waste because corporations ship our waste to countries like China and India. Furthermore, we are putting valuable recyclables in their backyards. In 2009, 50% of consumer electronics were not properly disposed of, and the total value of those disposed materials was worth $52 billion. That is because materials such as gold, silver, and copper are often found in electronic devices. In countries where e-waste is dumped, it is common for locals to make a living out of searching through e-waste for things of value. But in doing so, they expose themselves to the toxins that e-waste emits. So, there's economic loss and major health implications in not properly recycling the components of our electronic devices. Since 2010, Americans have spent over $200 billion each year on consumer electronics alone. In 2014, the world spent over $3.8 trillion on consumer electronics. If divided evenly, that would mean each person on Earth spent over $400 on electronics each year. But the American household spends on average over $1,500 a year on electronics. So, how can you help? Taking action is a great first step, and it doesn't have to be difficult. As a responsible citizen of Illinois and of the world, here are some simple steps you can take. In the city of Chicago alone, there are 12 e-waste recycling plants that provide services to both residential and businesses. Each plant offers both easy and inexpensive services to ensure that none of these harmful materials are put into landfills. Chicago Electronics Recycling provides over 20 drop-off locations for anyone to dispose of items such as microwaves to medical devices, and through them, almost 95% of businesses qualify for free business recycling. Liquid Technology, Inc. handles e-waste in a more economical way. Liquid Technology is one of the leading e-waste recycling service providers in the country, and they not only deal with recycling of e-waste, but computer liquidation and data destruction too. These types of businesses make it unbelievably easy to eliminate the problem of e-waste by giving people access to get rid of their waste. Visit Earth 911 and type in your zip code and electronic materials you need to dispose of to find a local e-waste drop-off location near you. You may be surprised to learn that most of these drop-offs are at common big box retails. Make a reminder to bring your e-waste on your next shopping trip. Recycling isn't the only way you can help to solve the problem of e-waste. Minnesota and Oregon, for example, require manufacturers to meet take-back obligations, meaning they have to collect a certain percentage of the electronics they produce once the consumers no longer need or want them. This has resulted in positive ways, and many manufacturers exceed their obligations. But this is still not a major nationwide policy, and only half of the 50 states have laws requiring proper e-waste disposal. Call your local representative and ask them what they are doing about e-waste, and ask for more control on big businesses and the waste they create. To find your local representative, you can visit house.gov. However you take action, remember, by contributing to the cleanup of e-waste, you are making a positive impact on the earth and the lives of many. This message is brought to you by ESOL, a student group focused on educating Illinois residents about e-waste.